Hello, beauties. Satnam. Namaste. Welcome to I Am Woke. I'm your host, Emelina Calder. In today's video, I'm going to take you through a collective energy update and reading, channeling through the Akashic Records, channeling with Source Consciousness and the Law of One, for a reading for April 2024. And this is intended also to be a timeless reading, so if you do catch this after April, there is a message here for you. But otherwise, we're jumping into the reading for what is to come this spring, what this fire energy is. I always love Aries season, which is what we're in right now. If you're new to my world, my name is Emelina Calder. I am a high performance life and business coach, personal branding coach. I'm a psychic medium, a cosmic shaman. I work with the ethers. I read lots of energies. I'm an Akashic Records reader, teacher, and practitioner. And yeah, I've also got a free guided meditation that you can grab in the description link below, where I'll teach you how to connect to and reinforce your own inner source connection, which like dissolves all cords, strengthens your energy, does 1.5 million things in under 45 minutes. So get a hold of that in the description link below. Now let's jump right into the reading. I might do this a little bit differently today. I'm not entirely sure, but my guides kind of said like let loose and just like show up for whatever comes through here. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of just sit and settle in to the Akashic Records and ask if the Law of One has any guidance that they want to bring forward for you guys. So let's do that. All right, Source, what do you most want to share with the collective of lightworkers at this time? Let go of everything that you think that you know about what it is to fly. Hold on, there's another half to that sentence. Let go of everything that you think that it is, what you think you know that it is to fly. Allow yourself to let go and fly. So what that's telling me is that there's a certain level this month about the ego kind of like pressing on our consciousness, saying things have to go a certain way, or like, in order for me to fly, in order for me to soar, in order for me to be everything I'm meant to be, access everything I'm meant to access, manifest the life of my dreams, I think it needs to be in a certain way. And what Source is saying right now is tell your ego, massage your ego into the place of being like, it's not going to be the way that you think it's going to be. It's going to work out very differently than you assume, which means you have to settle into and occupy that state of newness in yourself. New behavior, new self-worth, new actions, new assumptions. Letting go of everything that you think that you know so that you can allow your own spirit to guide you through inspiration in any now moment, to actually remove the blinders on your perception and open yourself up to the reality of the potential possibilities, what's available for you, what is being made available for you. Something that I've noticed a lot with myself personally is that if I'm not ever present in the moment, it doesn't mean anything bad, but I find that when I'm not present, I automatically default to what are past ways of being or thinking or living, right? It's like on a past version of myself. It falls back on a default pattern. But if I'm constantly present, then I can consciously remove my own blinders of what I think would happen to me if I take certain actions, or how I think people will act towards me, or what opportunities will present themselves to me. And by doing so, it's almost like the flow, God, source, intelligence opens up like 1 million possibilities in front of you. Now, something that came through in the reading yesterday for this week leading into April is that 2 to 3 really prominent opportunities are going to be made very, very clear to you, and like in a very physical, practical way. And for that to happen, not that you have to do that, but really they're just showing like with emphasis, you really need to be present and satiated in yourself, be comfortable in yourself, and be totally present, meaning you're not living in the past, you're not living in the future, you're seeing things as they are, you are comfortable with things as they are, you have a tremendous amount of self-acceptance, and that kind of opens the way for these possibilities, these opportunities to make themselves available to you. All right, so that's our first theme for the month. The next theme number 2, is going home. Okay, I'm going to try to unpack this a little bit, and I might need to check in and out on my channel, but can you guys tell me, what does it mean? Why did you say going home? Home is where the heart is, it's where the body is. It's becoming one with your environment in a really healthy way. It's stepping outside of assuming you have to go get things outside of yourself, including approval or validation, and it's about returning your practice back to your sense of self. Realizing that although everything is like helpful, like the universe works through people to bring things to you and for you, this is really about you being the provider of everything that you need for yourself, realizing that you have everything that you need right here and now in yourself. It's also identifying and creating like a new idea of what it is to be comfortable, or what that comfort looks like, because a lot of us have this idea of comfort in like toxic patterns, like I need people attached to me or like around me in order for me to feel comfortable, but maybe those are toxic people, right? So it's like tuning into new ideas of comfort. For example, comfort is feeling safe. Comfort is having consistency in relationships. The people around you are consistent. They show up regularly. They are not distancing themselves from you in any way. When you need them, they're available, you know, to the ways that they can be. Hi, Marisol. So it's about redefining what comfort means to you and coming into a state of like health around comfort. Also giving your inner child and the aspects of yourself that need comfort, giving them comfort. So that could be falling back on some old hobbies you had when you were growing up. Maybe it's like making art, maybe it's making music, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's acting, whatever hobbies would comfort your soul, give you like soul food, if that makes sense. So think about that. And then let me check in with the Law of One, what else they want to say on this. Comfort is about designing your own home, but they're specifically saying your energetic home. So what is the paradise feeling that you want to feel in your most satiated states on what home is for you? The most ideal home, not a destructive home, not a dysfunctional home. Like if you were in your most ideal home, you felt the most safe, you felt like you were in paradise, you felt the most loved and uplifted in every way. Like what does that home feel like for you? And I'm just identifying mine. I'm like, can you guys help me express this in a way that would give an example? And again, for me, it feels safe. I didn't have that growing up. That's like what home feels like for me. It feels like safety. It feels like total, complete acceptance. It feels like love, but there's an aspect of romanticism for me that's like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's like romanticism, like allowing me to be like all that I am. The more idealist natures get pulled out of me. It's about designing your home. So think about what sort of home you came from and whether or not that fits the box, to check off the box of what it is that you'd want in a home for yourself. Because a lot of us, most of us, right? But a lot of us came from dysfunction. So we have to kind of just reprogram what that looks like and just identify like, what does a true home feel like for me? And get out a notebook and a piece of paper and a pen and just write down like, if I knew I was safe at home and I could have a home that was the most ideal and perfect for me, what would that feel like? What would that look like? Jot down a few sentences just to start anchoring in that feeling of home for yourself. Law of One, what else would you like to say through me to the collective? Embrace the pain. Oh boy. Okay, what's the rest of the message? Embrace the pain and let go of any idea that the pain was self-caused or here to hurt you. Okay, you guys, tell me a little bit about that. This is theme number 3. Embrace the pain. The pain will make you. Okay, so what they're telling me, my guides tell me to say this prayer every day, is I pray to be made in a safe and happy way. And when you say I pray to be made in spirit talk, that is praying for the conditions to be brought forward for you so that you can make specific decisions to become the person you're meant to become, to attract the life that you are meant to live. To be made in a safe and happy way is to place the emphasis that creates you into your character in a safe and a happy and pleasant, pleasurable way. Okay, so let me tap back in. What did you guys say about pain? The pain will make you. It will turn you into greatness. It's less about other people's ideas about throwing pain at you or about you. They're not giving me that sentence. It's about, okay, let me tap back in. It's like, embrace the pain will make you. They're just saying it really loudly. Okay, oh, my hair is doing funky things now. Embrace the pain will make you. I'm going to try to unpack it, but they're saying that, they're telling me again, embrace the pain, embrace the pain, embrace the pain. Those of you that feel like you're under fire, and maybe some of you are experiencing tower moments, maybe you feel like your life is crumbling around you, maybe you feel like your emotional life is crumbling around you, maybe you're not sure what your new life is going to look like, maybe you're shifting identities pretty rapidly, maybe you're not sure where to root your idea of reality. Regardless, all of that will cause a significant amount of pain. And they're saying embrace the pain. They're showing me like you guys seeing the pain in front of you and then wrapping your arms around and giving the pain like a big hug. Again, because I like to try to unpack these things, I'm going to try to unpack that message in a more physical way. Can you make it more human, you guys? Embrace the pain is it's a pretty intense message. It will make you. It will make you. Okay, so don't shy away from your pain. Don't turn a blind eye to it. Don't disassociate from it. Whatever pain you're experiencing right now, set some time aside, even daily, to sit down with your pain. To sit down and feel whatever it is that you need to feel, whatever is being moved through you. They're saying very, very loudly, do not distance yourself from your pain. That the pain is here of high service to you at this time through the month, but they're showing me it's really the beginning of the month that is like this. They're showing me, this is the image they're giving me, is they're showing me a foundation of a home with people with a bunch of jackhammers, like literally dismantling the foundation. And what they're telling me is that comes with a significant amount of emotional pain. So if you avoid that pain, that you're not going to do the full healing process that is necessary for you to then step on the new pedestal and like brush your shoulders off and become the person that you're meant to be, to step into your highest potential, which I'm also being shown. Let's see some more from the month, you guys. They're showing me, it's coming across like a little blue orb that's like glowing around the 14th or 15th. So there's going to be a sequence of events in the middle of the month that are going to be seemingly miraculous and launch you into a very new and different life and something that you perhaps have never considered in the past. And that's why you need to embrace the pain now as your foundation is being broken apart by spirit. Because if you carry that pain into your next chapter, you're never going to be able to see the opportunities that are being presented to you. These are going to be big relationship changes, big career changes, moving, owning homes, selling homes, a completely new constructed self-identity. So what they're telling me on that, they're saying go into your identity matrix, Emelina. So the way that you construct your new identity, and I would recommend that you guys set aside some time to do this, probably before the solar eclipse next week, or maybe around then, so there's clearly a big collective identity shift going on, is, I mean, I use Pinterest, but however you want to do this, I create a word for myself on how I want to feel and the identity that I'm walking into. And then I go on to Pinterest and like, I make it very superficial. I'm like, what does she look like? What does she act like? What are her nails like? What tattoos does she have? What are her piercings? What is her hairstyle? What sort of clothes is she wearing? And I like level myself up by putting together a Pinterest board of like, what's the next version of myself dressed like, in a very, again, like a very superficial way. Like I contextualize it to identity, like visual identity. Like, what am I wearing? What's my hair? Again, what are my tattoos? Like what are my piercings? What sort of jeans am I wearing? Like, and I really kind of break it down and think about it. And for those of you, this has actually been coming in from friends of mine as well. I make very strategic beauty choices. This is probably going to be more for women. For men, like, I don't know, work your way through this however you want to. Like, it might be a drastic hairstyle change. Tattoos, piercings are coming in really loud. I'm posting a video on that shortly too, so I wonder if that's just in my fields. Also, I've been looking at it. I'm like, I kind of want a septum piercing. I don't know if I could pull it off, like two nose piercings, but it's on my mind. If you guys think I can, let me know. But otherwise, I don't know. I might test it out. Okay, so what else on identity, you guys? Oh, the beauty trends. So think about this, like for women, like literally think about these things. Beauty can be broken down. What is contextually, beauty standards are not random. They are actually like engineered common ideas or common looks that are then like anchored in celebrity culture that then culturally we see as like more beautiful than otherwise. I don't know why there's such emphasis on external appearance, but there is. I can feel it. It really is more identity shifting. You're shifting into a brand new identity, but that's really easy to see in yourself when you make a beauty change, when you make a style change. So for women, things to look at are your eyelashes. This is going to sound so silly. I didn't think I was going to be talking about this. This is like hilarious for me. But anyway, how do you want your eyelashes to look? Do you want them curled? Do you want them permed? Do you want to wear a lot of mascara? Do you want to wear no mascara? Do you want a more doe-eyed look? Do you want a siren look? Do you want millennial makeup trends? Do you want Gen Z makeup trends? And for those of you that don't know the differences, I'm sure a lot of you will, but if you don't know the differences, Gen Z is a little more like, they're almost kind of fairy. A little more natural, a little more doe-eyed, a little more poppy, a little more expressive. Millennials are a little more siren, a little more like millennial eyebrows are always like very polished. I don't know why we're going into this, but we are. Even blush trends, okay? Women, like, where do you want your blush? Like, the millennial trends that we've already passed through are like blush on the oh my gosh, the cheekbones, right? Gen Z trends, the blush is here, okay? So it's like a little bit, it's got that sun-kissed look. It's like literally, whoever needs to hear this, literally break down the beauty trends. So think about what you want your eyelashes to look like, okay? Think about your eyebrows. Do you want them to be more structured or more bushy and natural? Okay, both of those trends work. They're both in trend right now. Your lips, right? Like everybody's always like polishing their lip game. Do you want a natural lip? Do you want, I don't know, whatever their trends are going on. I don't follow lip trends. What else? Look up makeup trends, okay? And figure out what aspects of those trends call out to yourself. The attention on this is specifically on your ideas of your identity game, how you present yourself into this world in a way that you feel like is attractive. And attractiveness is self-cultivated and then projected out into the world. That attractiveness is broken down into what you feel like. Do you want a highly contoured look daily? I can't manage that shit. That's too much for me. Or do you want a more natural look daily? That's where my attention is, but even natural isn't completely natural. You know, girls got blonde hair and my hair's not naturally blonde. So just being real. But think about how you perceive yourself, like your own personal maintenance levels. Like are you, like, gosh, this feels so strange for me to explain this. At the identity level, do you prefer lower maintenance trends or higher maintenance trends? You can do higher maintenance trends, but then you have to keep up with the maintenance, right? Personally. Kind of find that balance within yourself. Like, how do I want to see myself? How do I want to cultivate beauty within myself? And I'm not saying that any of you that don't do these things aren't beautiful. Don't take anything I say out of context, all right? Again, I feel like I say this all the time, but I'm speaking to polarities because that creates a conversation. All right? It doesn't mean this is my end all be all. I have a lot of facets and I will express them all. Right now, it's the beauty trends. Okay, so they're telling me lips, eyes, eyeshadow, how you do your eye makeup, how you do your liner, eyebrows, blush, how you do your contouring, whether or not you even do contouring. Oops. Oh, sorry, you guys. Wait, am I still going? Am I still going? Okay. Whenever I get text messages, I forget to shut my texting off when I shoot the videos, and then it like throws me off. Anyway, so what else? Think about if you want more natural look or if you want a more constructed look. No ill to any of it. It's literally like, who are you? What do you want? And what I will say right now, which is coming through my guides and also coming through me as a person, is like, you are completely entitled to change and shift and try new looks on. Like, literally, I probably won't do this, but I've been looking in the mirror and I'm like, something needs to happen. I'm like, I don't know, like, do I add pink? Do I go back dark, like brunette? I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, but I can feel that I need a big visual shift for myself. I did cut my hair, and I feel much more like myself because long hair is just not for me. It's never been for me. Okay, so think about making a Pinterest board or a vision board. Pinterest is just easy because you just plug in and like throw a bunch of stuff in a board that like looks good to you. And then just take, on your time through the month, decide what you're going to change about yourself in self-love and self-acceptance and self-expression, and make the change. And that might be a small change, right? Like, I don't know, maybe it's a little tattoo. Maybe it's a single piercing. Maybe it's getting highlights. Maybe it's going back to your natural color. Maybe it's making a wardrobe change. Maybe it's even like literally they've been showing me with red nails. And if you guys see all of my videos, I have white nails and I always have these little, I always do like, I have little decorative stuff on my nails all the time. But like they've been showing me like red nails. They're like, try red nails, Emily. And I'm like, that feels so different for me. But you can make a really small shift and it can change your perspective and your perception of yourself and how you interact with and engage with this world. And I think that's what is really being shown. There's also this idea of identity shifting, that it's okay. It's more than okay. Like, start to embrace a new identity, like you're trying on an outfit. It's your external appearance. It's just a creative expression. It's part of your creative expression. And you can change your appearance. I know some people do, but they're saying it very loudly. So I think a lot of you need to hear it in this way. I give you permission to change your appearance. And some people might judge you. Some people might not. I don't know. Some people might like be all about it, but there's an energy that comes with it, right? And they're taking me to such a superficial level right now. Like with the nails, they're showing me, okay, Emelina, like let's say you have red nails. What does that mean for you? And I'm like, oh, that feels much sexier than I externally present myself. I don't know how else to explain that energy for me personally. And they're like, why don't you try that on? And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll try that on. But it's a very subtle, I hope you guys are understanding with me. It's a very subtle shift. So find something that you can change in yourself that is like changeable, that is easy, whether it's your hair, whether it's your nails, whether it's your eyelashes, whether it's like whether it's your clothes, and try something different. Andrea, I just want to, oh wait, let me read your comment. I love that you're touching on this because I love to look and feel beautiful, but sometimes I feel guilty for the passion I feel about appearance. Totally. Totally. I'm in the same boat. Like, if you guys knew the degree to which I kind of do this on autopilot at this point, I'm not super consciously thinking about it, but I literally think about, and I've been doing this for like a decade. I'm like, okay, what are my eyelashes going to be? Like, what's in trend right now? What makes me feel beautiful? These nails, white nails with the gold, things on them that I always put in, like, I don't know, I made that decision probably like 7 years ago, and I've just like stuck to it because I love them. But they're like little parts of yourself that you can reverse engineer to be like, please don't take this out of context. I was gonna say more beautiful, but it's not. You also have to understand I'm holding the space of like, you're beautiful as you are, you need to do nothing. But if you want to embody a new aspect of self-expression around beauty, around appearance, for the men, it's around appearance, it's around creative expression, probably in your wardrobe, your facial hair for men, your hair. What else? Masculine identity. It's looking more like wardrobe changes. They're showing me shoes. Like, I don't know, like try some combat boots, man. In fact, I think I'm gonna get some combat boots. I've got some, but they're like a tan color instead of black. I'm like, actually, I could use black combat boots. That does feel fresh. I am into that. So there's like different aspects of what that beauty means for yourself as you're constructing this new part of your identity. So clearly, as I'm looking at myself, I'm like, red nails and combat boots. Oh, I'm trying to embrace, not trying. My next chapter involves me embracing power and showing that power externally, assuming that I have the permission, the self-permission to externalize that and show it very clearly and obviously. And then that becomes like an energy that you embody. This is why they're placing so much emphasis on the external appearance, because it's easier to embody the energy when you make a change in your physical appearance. If you don't make the change in your physical appearance, but you're trying to shift identities, it can be done, but it's just a little bit harder because your ego is still seeing your current identity. So it kind of like creates more resistance for you to break through to create something new. My guides told me last week, they said, do anything different than you usually do so that externally you can see that you're new. And this is funny because I cut my hair 2 days ago and I didn't realize, I was like, God, Spirit's yelling at me to cut my hair and I don't understand. I was like, can I just leave it? I didn't really care. I'm not a long hair person, but I was like, I don't understand, but now it's becoming really clear. I needed the physical change in order for me to be like, oh, we're new now. We act new, right? Also, I'm back. Like, if you guys ever look like, I love shorter hair on myself. It's so much lower maintenance. But anyway, what else? Embody the change. Find a way to embody the new energy that's coming through to you now, which is going to take some sort of creative expression, externalization in your appearance. It could be buying a new piece of jewelry if that jewelry like feels like a new energy for you. They're almost showing me like creating it into an amulet. I'll give you guys another personal example. This is like so funny. Like this guy, like literally it's like changing your identity. I haven't worn this in probably 10 years, this ring. I designed it when I was 19 and I had a, what are they called? A jewelry smith create it for me. And it's so funny because if you guys saw the stream that I shot yesterday, they were sending all this information through about pearls. And the thing that I hate about this ring is I hate this pearl. And I like never brought it to someone to swap it out. It's got a cigar cut. I mapped this out for someone to create it for me when I was young because I just I thought I needed this because I did. But anyway, I haven't worn it in a long time, but like this, it's so funny because the pearl comes down to like authenticity, and it's the thing that I like dislike the most about this ring is like the authenticity. And I'm like, oh my God, this lesson I built for myself when I was 19 and I'm still receiving at 36. Like, like this is your lesson, Emelina, authenticity. But yeah, I picked out like the turquoise and everything, and I didn't even realize how important this was going to be. It's almost like things grow on us. So this is not a new ring for me. And I don't know if I'll wear it that frequently, but it's reminding me to embody a new aspect of myself that is like being called into my presence right now. Again, very superficial. You think maybe I don't need to talk about this shit on stream. But the point is that it's superficial. Make a superficial change, create an amulet. So I didn't even realize this is an amulet for me. That I don't usually wear because I don't feel like I need to. Also, the adult version of me, I feel like needs to probably make a change on this ring, but I don't feel like doing it right now. So anyway, I'm like, maybe we need a sapphire on the other side or an opal. An opal. A fire, no, a sunstone. That's what'll go here. I'll get a sunstone from Montana. Anyway, that's what she's thinking about. Okay. Identity shifts. You guys are making big identity shifts. Spirit, where do you want to bring me next, or what's like specifically important around that? You're cultivating a new era of self-expression. Wild self-expression. Some of you need to not make subtle shifts. Some of the shifts are going to be more drastic because you've been holding back aspects of your expression, and they really do need to come forward in order for you to feel blended, your soul feel blended into your current reality. For you to feel like all of yourself is present all of the time. And that might look like some drastic identity shifts. That might look like a big difference in a haircut or dyeing your hair. I don't know. They're showing me red. Like somebody's dyeing their hair bright red. They're also reminding me a time period in my life when I dyed my hair bright red. Like, I don't know if that was the best decision, but regardless, it's for me. It's about like embodying more of your soul expression that other people might be like, that's not normal for you. That's not who you are. But your soul feels like it needs to fully express itself like a character in a video game. So you need to be a little more, and again, only if this resonates for you, but what they're saying is you need to be a little more, patient and moldable, maybe is the word, with yourself. Allowing yourself the ability to play as an adult with your external appearance. Try some things on. They're even showing me like fake tattoos. Like, just try some shit out. Your soul is looking for a new expression, and you're not entirely sure what that expression is going to be yet. It's kind of being massaged out of you in your new ego expression, because you are developing an elevated egoic expression that holds the context of your new identity that you're walking into. And part of that will feel like it's shape-shifting. I know shape-shifting can get a bad rap. You have to understand that what they're channeling through me is that this shape-shifting is you embodying your soul and allowing your soul to feel multiple facets within your own experience. And those might look like, if you were designing video game characters, they're all like, for me, like they're all Emelina, but those video game characters might look a little bit different. Maybe one version of Emelina has red hair, combat boots, red nails, and wears only black. Another version of character Emelina is the one that's like Kundalini yoga, like in all white, like humming little tunes to herself with bright blonde hair, and white nails. Another version of Emelina has blue hair, neon heels. Oh my gosh, I used to do this stuff in college too. It's like so funny. So it's like allowing yourself to shift and mold your external expression so that you will finally land on what is going to be your new identity for you, your new sense of self and your new self-worth. But there's a little bit of shifting and changing, of shape-shifting in the process of trying to find and land on the new identity. Again, they're making this superficial in appearance, but actually what's happening is you are shifting and changing your own personal soul expression through your human self. And they can't show that to us in another way without, like, they're trying to dumb it down and like bring it forward in a superficial identity, because it's just easier to show us what's actually happening with the alchemy behind the scenes, like how we are cultivating our new sense of self. That, and then they're reminding me, that has everything to do with Aries season, okay? Cultivating your sense of self, being wild about your personal self-expression, expressing yourself creatively. Try on new expressions. They're showing me like, maybe some of you need to pick up a musical instrument. Maybe some of you need to like check out some pottery. Maybe get into jewelry making. Like, try some new creative outlets. Not that they're going to be permanent, but just try it on. Be like, what would happen if I thought I would do this more full-time? Like, what would that feel like? I mean, I have an example for myself, but I don't know if I should tell you guys. Let me ask though. You're free to speak your mind. So for me, I'm trying on the idea of getting a JD and becoming a lawyer. So it's like, like try on like new identities, try on new perspectives, try on, and for me, that feels like it doesn't feel very different. It feels like totally me, but it feels different in the way that I've never thought about myself like that. And I've never thought about going back to school or doing apprenticeships or it's like so interesting for me to fold that identity into my current identity and try, and they're saying try it on. You might not do it. You might decide that you want to do something entirely different or stay the same or whatever. But the point is, like, try it on. See if it fits. Try it for a week, try it for a month. Like, I don't know, like, see if you want to do it. Like, I think what happens, what they're channeling through me is like, what happens as adults is we get like really stuck in an identity pattern of like who we are. And, you know, as children shift and morph and change and try on new expressions. Adults get locked into an expression and they're like, oh, people will judge me. But what will they think about me? I'll give you guys another example, and then I'm going to shift and ask them if they have anything else they want to say. But like another example is I walked into a motorcycle shop last week, and this is totally a version of myself, but sometimes she just gets put on a back burner. And I was like, I just like felt at home. But they're a lot like feistier than any level of spiritual community I'm around. And this is like, I was such like a car enthusiast when I was like growing up. Like, I was into muscle cars and motors, and I dated a mechanic, and like that's like a whole like version of me is this like, I don't even know how I would describe her. Grunge punk, like, sorry, my phone went off. Like grunge punk, wears all black, takes no shit. Probably plays like electric guitar or bass, but like I haven't figured that out yet. Like to be that cool. I'm like, no. Like, I don't know, that's a lot for me. But like rides a motorcycle, skateboards, always. It's like a different expression of myself that I don't often embody. And last week I kind of ran into that version of myself and I was like, actually, I really like her. Like, how do we do that more? How do we be that more? It's like my punk grunge self, which is honestly interesting because it feels like it conflicts with the version of myself that I have created externally in order to keep up a certain spiritual image. So that has been an interesting look at myself, because when I encountered this part of myself last week, I was like, why don't I just show her front and center? And I was like, oh, because people aren't going to think you're that spiritual. And I was like, who cares? Like, I don't care. I don't have time for it. I'm going to ride my motorcycles. I don't even know how else to describe it. It's always like, I always had more masculine friends than feminine friends. Like when I was younger, I always had groups of guys that I was just like, I guess one of the guys, or like a tomboy. I always fit in with that sort of a crowd when I was younger, and I don't know how else to describe that. Punky, a little punky. It's in me. It's probably more my shadow self. But anyways, so where is I going with this? Step into the different identities within you and allow them to be explored and expressed. Deny yourself nothing. Allow yourself your self-expression. You know, source isn't saying you have to be a certain way in order to keep up with an external image that people will see a certain thing about you. It's like, actually just be who you are and allow yourself to break the mold, which is what they told me before I jumped on stream, which is also the name of one of my programs, and like my favorite phrase ever is break the mold. And now it's making sense to me now as well on stream with you guys. It's like, break the mold, break through, create something new, and show people what it is to be a badass, a badass, spiritual, fun, flirty, serious, sexy. Like, put all the things together. Most people would think they're conflicting because you're taking all the polarities or the facets of yourself and blending them and merging them. And the thing that all those facets have in common is you. And if people are trying to throw you into a freaking box because of your industry or what you do or whatever it is, like, it doesn't matter. Like, let it go, because you're allowed to express all of the facets that are you. And some of those really do look like they're in direct conflict. And they're not, because you're the one in common, right? Like, what's in common is you. All right, so let me check in and see what other messages they have. I think it is funny that they're bringing so much attention to the external identity, but that's where we are. Oh. They're just saying play. The path you are on is foolproof. You're already guaranteed what it is that you're going to receive, okay? So think about it like this. Your destiny, what you're meant to receive, your career, your relationships, your home, your external expression. Like, there are concrete points of awareness in your future, in your life trajectory of what you are to receive. How you get there is like up to you. Like, you can try to ho-hum, like, I'm gonna try to just get there as slow as possible or whatever. I'm not gonna rock any boat. Or you can get there by playing, by experiencing, by working on expansion, by exploring the different facets of yourself that are coming into your own awareness, saying, I want to express myself this way. Can I make that okay? Can I allow that to be an acceptable expression in one way or another? Can I embody that about myself along the path to your destiny? Because these things that are destined for you are destined for you. You can't escape them. They're coming. So it's like, how do you want to play on the way to all of that coming forward to you? And can you give yourself permission to play, change your expression, work with new creative expressions, new hobbies, new creativity, new style, new appearance, new patterns of speaking or speech. Yeah, things like that. Is that all you guys have got? Yeah, that's all we've got. That's like close to the message. Also, this has been in my fields. They just brought my attention down to my Kundalini book. Andrea, I'm such an eclectic person that it can be challenging to pin down my true expression, and I love it, but I never want to come off as ingenuine. Yep, that's what they're showing me, because I have friends in this territory too, and I feel like I've probably been holding back. I have a real like punk grunge, like rock star look that I have neglected. Not neglected, like, she's here. Like, I haven't ditched any of my leather. But there is a real like punk side of me that like came out last week, whatever. I'm just gonna take this as a sign she's coming forward. I think she might have a live degree as well. So we'll see. But yeah, you can embody all the different expressions. The thing that it comes down to is what we have to watch out for with that is when other people say that's not you, or who are you, or how could you be this, this, and this, then we just have to watch, like, do we take on their projections of us, or do we allow ourselves to step into new authentic, because all of the expressions are authentic. Again, the common denominator is you. They're just different facets of you. You are the common denominator. So Spirit brought my attention to this, so I'm going to bring your guys' attention to it. You might want to check out the Meditation for Prosperity 1 from Kundalini Yoga and start tapping into prosperity thinkings, prosperity meditation. I will actually hold this up for those of you that want a screenshot. I don't know if it'll be backwards. But Meditation for Prosperity 1 and Meditation for Prosperity 2. I'm sorry, Yogi Bee's on the cover, but this is my Aquarian teacher book. But anyway, if you search for that with Kundalini Yoga somewhere on the internet, it'll pop up. Spirit, anything else? We good? We're good. All right, if you guys dig my vibe, you want to work with me, I'll leave some links in the description below. If you're wondering on how to work with me, you can send me an email. I'll guide you to whatever would be the best for you. Sending you guys tons and tons of love through April. It's going to be a really, they're showing me like a really like big expansive month. Lots of fire, lots of sun, lots of self-expression in like the best of ways, testing your different aspects of self-expression, becoming who you're meant to become, embracing your inner pain. Don't dodge the pain. It will create you into the new externalization of the version of yourself that you're going to be stepping into. Yeah, like, comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what resonates or what you're thinking about doing in your external appearance, if that feels right for you. Subscribe, tap the bell for notifications. I'm sending you so much love. Enjoy the month. Of course, I'm going to get you another update for the solar eclipse, and I'll talk to you guys all later. Alrighty, peace.